Hello everybody. Today I want to talk about my Bitcoin miner or my crypto miner. It is a IceRiver KS0 Ultra. It is pretty compact. It is relatively silent and it has only 100 watts. It is connected to one of these Shelly plugs that I can manage with my Victron dashboard. If you haven't yet checked my video out, it's in the description how I manage this device with a weather report and make sure that only my excess power that I would not use in a different way is getting used for this. This right here is a possibility to charge this to power this with 24 volts directly, but since it's only 100 watts, I just take a normal 230 volt charger. So why did I even buy this? As I said, especially in summer, I have a lot of excess power that I don't use, that goes to waste. And I thought, instead of using this towel dryer here, which is also, I think this one is 500 watts and is also 230 volts. This produces heat. This thing produces heat as well and has the possibility to pay itself in the long run. Now it's been running 1 year and I want to show you the results, how much has it produced and how long will it take until it has paid itself, while this will never pay itself. If you have one of these devices, you kind of get creative with it. Of course, this won't be able to heat up a complete room, but what I did sometimes to just keep my tea warm over the long run. Another option is to kind of use it as a dryer, so use the heat that's getting produced to dry gloves, for example, or you might build kind of a rack on top of it to dry your shoes or stuff like that. That would be also a good used case for it. And to kind of get a better feeling how much power this produces, in 24 hours, this produces 2.4 kilowatt hours. Wood has round about 4 kilowatt hours per kilogram. So this is round about 0.6 kilograms. So when I run this 24 hours, I save this amount of wood, which is not too much. But if you thought about a device like this, maybe times 5, it is plenty of wood that I actually save cutting from the woods. I have to process this. I have to keep the fire running, which is all time that I have to invest to keep my house warm. And this does all of that basically not for free. I have to buy the device, but it at least does it automatically and I don't have to go into the forest and cut down trees. So let's see how this thing has performed over the last year. As I said, the device I'm using is an IceRiver KS0 Ultra. I bought it off eBay for 157 euro. It has a power of 100 watts, which is very low. didn't want to spend a lot of money and have a high power device that runs for 1 hour and then has to shut off. Since it has low power, I can run it for a relatively long time without draining my batteries. So let's see how many coins we have mined. This is, I always say Bitcoin miner, but actually it's a crypto miner, and it's not Bitcoin that it's mined, it is the Kaspa coin that is mined. And down here you can see the last hours it has run tonight, since the batteries got above 90% of charge, and if it falls below, then it shuts off automatically at the moment. I have mined 380 coins, and up here you can see the price of the Kaspa coin, which is right around $3 at the moment. You can see how the price evolved over the last years. Of course, from the beginning there was first a boom for this coin. It topped at 19 cents in 2024, and when I started the mining process, it was around about here. We were at 9 to 10 cents, and it has dropped ever since. typical investment. But yeah, I have to say I'm not too much into crypto. I only did this because I saw the potential of a heating element that one day will pay itself. I don't see the use case other than that. So I only wanted to produce heat with it, heat my home with it, and have a heater that pays itself. But other than that, I don't know what crypto is good for. And I think there's a lot of hype and a lot of optimism on, well, what if I had bought this coin right here and sold it up here? Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of optimism. You can see 1 year ago my balance was at 0. The Kaspa price was as round about 10 euro cents. And it has dropped to 3 cents at the moment. This is why this didn't perform very well. Although our balance is 381 coins. This brings us to a total value of coins mined in 1 year of 10 euro and 50 cents. And to calculate how many years I would have to run this until it reaches its break-even point, so when has it paid itself, basically. Right now this would be 15 years, which is kind of a bad result. If the coin value was still at the same level it was 1 year ago, it nope, sorry, this has to go here, and then this, the price of the device divided by the value we produced would be around about 4 years. I think that would be alright, because after that we would have produced around about 38-40 euros every year, if you calculate this by month, it's obviously not much, but it is also a very small device. So if you would scale this a little bigger, then it might make sense. But 15 years is way too much. But this is, yeah, I can't change it. The coin price might have risen as well, then this would be even better. But yeah, to be honest, I would not repeat this. I would not buy more of these crypto miners, at least at the moment. So I think in my case it was a bad invest, but it was a small invest. Proof of concept, would not repeat. I also want to go into what system I am currently running. The last year I was only running solar panels. My solar panels had 410 watt peak each. I have 4 of them installed, and that brings us to a total peak power of 1640 watt peak, which is relatively small, of course. And you have to take into consideration that I, of course, didn't run this Bitcoin miner 24/7. First of all, I have to power my house, and then only the excess power is used for this crypto miner. Right now I've also installed a water power turbine, and I have more batteries, so next year I might be able to run this Bitcoin miner a little longer, and maybe I'll do a review in 1 year of time. Maybe I was able to run it longer. Maybe the price of this coin changed. So maybe in 1 year time my review might be a little bit different, or maybe not. I will link the video playlist to the micro hydro system and the video link to my dashboard video where I'll show how I manage this device in the video description. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.